Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome back here today to Oaks, North Dakota. It is our first of 3 straight elimination contests where the Oaks Tornadoes and alongside the Oak Grove Grovers will match up here today on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes. Thank you so much for tuning in to our broadcast where it's an elimination contest for both the Grovers and the Oaks Tornadoes. Oak Grove winning a game yesterday to get to this point while Oaks losing to Central Cass to play in this particular outcome. We'll take a quick break and when we come back. We'll continue with more after this here today from Cummings Field. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right, Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
High school baseball today continues from Cummings Field here in Oaks, North Dakota. Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes with you here today as we take a look at how these two teams got to this point and how they fared against one another so far this season as well, as we get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening pitch coming up here in just a few moments. For the Grovers taking their IO, as Oak Grove will be on their gold tops, the maroon numerals with the white pants, while for Oaks will be out in their black tops, the white pants with the orange numerals and lettering here today. Taking a look at the Oaks Tornadoes, as Oaks the number 7 seed, as we get to our bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North, as the Oaks Tornadoes able to defeat Northern Cass 7-2 in the opening round contest, and then fell yesterday 9-2 against the Central Cass Squirrels. Doing a good job in that game until the 6th inning in terms of Central Cass put up a handful of quality at-bats together in that one. But the Central Cass Squirrels, again, come up with 6 runs in the inning against the Oaks Tornadoes. But doing a good job was Jackson Gebhardt on the mound yesterday, able to throw a pretty nice game, and then Dobitz came on in relief. The Oaks Tornadoes put up a couple of runs. That was in the 6th inning where Heyer and Dobitz came in to score, and eventually in the loss, Jackson Gebhardt again picked up the loss. But for the Oaks Tornadoes, give it a good match as the number 7 seed and the hometown team, and it's also the final day of school for Oaks, for crying out loud. They're going to be the one of the first of schools that are in summer vacation mode already here this weekend. Dobitz went 1 of 3 at the plate. Thorpe went 1 of 3. Schmitz went 2 for 2. And then you had Undum go 1 of 3 yesterday in the loss for the Tornadoes. As earlier this year, they fell on May the 5th against Oak Grove by a final of 7-6 in the one-lone meeting that they played against the Grovers. So just over a week ago, in that contest, Oak Grove again picked up the win over the Oaks Tornadoes. Well, on the opposite side for the Oak Grove Grovers, just an interesting game, and talking with players afterwards, you don't see it too often where you're down by 8 and you would go on and 10-run rule a team in 6 innings, as Oak Grove wins it 22-12. Zach Winter with a 3-run homer, Jack Bjornson with a 3-run homer. Bjornson came on in relief and did a really good job in that contest as a third pitcher to kind of close the door shut against the Enderlin Eagles. Those were just a couple of players who stood out yesterday for Oak Grove. And earlier this year, a 7-6 game for Oak Grove, defeating the Tornadoes, where they scored the last 4 runs of the game. After trailing 6-3, they scored 3 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th to win it 7-6. Heyer pitched in that contest, 6 innings, 3 hits, 7 runs, but just 1 was earned after Oaks had 4 errors, 4 walks and a strikeout, while you had Henderson pitch 2 innings. That's James. And then Jack Bjornson pitched 5 innings in relief, and he would eventually go on and pick up the win for the Oak Grove Grovers against 7-6 Oak Grove the first time they met back on Tuesday, May the 5th. That's a little bit of a look at your bracket breakdown and how these two teams have fared and got to this point of the season. That bracket breakdown is brought to you in part by Bank North. Visit banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank, member FDIC. From everyday banking to ag and business lending, Bank North supports local families and businesses with financial solutions rooted in community commitment and local decisions. We're back with more as we take a look at your starting lineups, the opening pitch, and keep you apprised of what's going on across the state of North Dakota here as well for Class B baseball on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we come back here today from Cummings Field on YourLiveEvent.com, a reminder, go to our website and check out our complete rundown and schedule. Tomorrow going to be a very busy day for preps, as we'll have the Northeast Regional Track and Field Meet coming up in Mayville starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. At 10:30, we'll have the Southeast Regional Track and Field Meet beginning in Kindred. And then from there at 11 o'clock, it's the Region 1 softball tournament from Olson Softball Complex in Hillsboro. Later on at 11 o'clock, we'll be in Mayville for the Region 2 baseball tournament as well from Scott Berry Field. In the 6-7 matchup, it's Larimore against Maple River. We'll have Thompson playing the winner of Midway Minto and Grafton in Region 2 softball tomorrow at noon. And then from there, we'll continue to roll throughout the course of the day with the Southeast, Northeast Track and Field Meet Region 1 softball tournament as well. So again, go to YourLiveEvent.com. Just a couple weeks from now, we'll have the Shield Softball All-Star Series. Also from there, get you ready for the Optimus Volleyball Series a month to the date, and then Lions All-Star Basketball Series here just after the 4th of July on July 8th and July 9th upcoming here this summer. Again, that is on YourLiveEvent.com. Making our way through the different regions here in Class B for baseball, 8 regions, and your region champion get to a state tournament appearance here at Jack Brown Stadium. That'll be making its way across here in a couple of weeks, as you'll have the state track and field meet. From there, you'll get to baseball and softball, and then eventually to state golf as well. Region 2 officially begins tomorrow morning, as we alluded to. Larimore, Maple River at 11 o'clock in the morning. Winner to play the Thompson Tommies, the 4th-time defending state champ in a row here for Thompson, as they are the 3 seed this year in Region 2. Hat Northwood and Nelson County Makota will be sandwiched in between that game roughly at around 1:30. From there, Region 3 begins at Towson Field in Lemoore on Monday. New Rockford, Cheyenne, Kidder County at noon. The winner to play Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion. The Lobos are the number 1 seed. The 2 seed is South Border, and they'll play the winner of Valley City and Carrington later on Monday afternoon, early evening. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is the schedule for Towson Field in Lemoore. Region 4 also gets underway on Monday up in Langdon. The number 1 seed are the Cardinals of Langdon area Munich. They'll play the winner of Midway Minto and Pembina County North on Monday late afternoon, early evening. The 2-3 matchup is Park River area. The Aggies going up against the Grafton Spoilers. That is in Region 4. In Region 5, games coming up, the number 1 seed of Bottineau will play the number 2 seed of North Star from Dakota College at Bottineau. And then in an elimination game, you'll see Rugby and Northern Lights, with the winner to play the loser of North Star Bottineau. The winner between Bottineau and North Star automatically qualifies for the Region 5 championship. Region 6 games will be at Corbett Field on Monday in Minot. The number 1 overall seed, Velvet Drake and a Moose, going up against Central McLean. The 2 seed of Bishop Ryan Nedrose going up against Garrison. The 3 seed, as they're down to their final 4 teams in Region 6. Region 7, you have Ray and Berthold coming up tomorrow in Stanley, scheduled for a 10 o'clock. Then Renville County, the Muskrats going up against Kenmare Bullbells Burke Central in the 2-3 matchup. And then Delac Burlington is the number 1 seed, awaiting the winner of Ray and Berthold. And Region 8 going to be in Hazen. Number 1 seed, the Beulah Miners. The number 2 seed of Shiloh Christian is a top 2 in that. And then you have Hazen, the 3 seed against Hart River, and the 3-6. The 4 seed of Henniger Scranton against the 5 seed of Washburn, Wilton, Center, and Stanton in those matchups. Those are again on Monday in Hazen, and that will go all the way through Thursday if needed. So that's a look around across the state of North Dakota. We'll take a break, and we come back. We'll get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening pitch. It's Oaks and Oak Grove in our first of 3 straight elimination games today here in Oaks.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Vistos Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
Take a look at the wind conditions here today and also the just temperatures of what we had. This morning wasn't too shabby throughout the game of the Vikings, and the Squirrels. The wind started to blow a little bit more, and we're starting to see that as well. Gusts over 30 miles an hour at particular times. Currently 75 degrees here in Oaks, and with that wind that's coming across, kind of more blowing out, but as the day has shifted, maybe even at times a little bit more of a crosswind that it's making its way through. As we take a look at the starting lineups here for the visitors on the scoreboard, the number 7 seed here in the tournament, they are the Tornadoes of Oaks, playing in their home field here at Cummings Field. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you from Tornado Alley here in center field. Joseph Dobitz, the junior pitcher, will be on the bump, with Landon Titus, the sophomore catcher, will be batting second. Zayd Heyer, the senior center fielder, will be batting third, with Jack Thorpe, the senior shortstop, batting fourth. Trey Miles, the junior first baseman, batting fifth, with Nathan Schmitz, the junior left fielder, sixth. Andrew Undum, the junior second baseman, batting seventh, with Jackson Gebhardt, the junior third baseman, batting eighth. And then you got Wyatt Arrowwood, the eighth grader, in right field here for the Oaks Tornadoes. Dobitz, Titus, Heyer, Thorpe, Miles, Schmitz, Undum, Gebhardt, and Arrowwood again here for Oaks, as Sean Karajan is the head coach here for the Tornadoes. While on the opposite side, you have Alvin in left field, McCullough in center, and Meininger in right here for Oak Grove. Winter over at first base with Henderson at second, Bjornson at short. Boothoff stands at third. Midig Mittig is behind the plate, and then you'll have Oliver Hegvig on the mound here today for the Oak Grove Grovers. As the umpires are on the field, they're going to get ready for the lineup card exchange, which means our opening pitch, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway, is coming up around the corner. We'll take one more break. We'll get to that opening pitch when we return here today from Oaks. This is the Region 1 Baseball Tournament. You got to win this one, and then you got to beat the winner of Northern Cass and Sargent County to survive and advance to Monday here on YourLiveVent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Imagine your life in Hillsboro, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsboro, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsboro has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsboro, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
From Cummings Field, as we get you ready for our opening pitch, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast today here on YourLiveEvent.com, as we still got two more games to go after this one as we get you set for the remainder of the Region 1 Baseball Tournament. And a reminder, tomorrow we'll have the Southeast Regional Track and Field Meet upcoming in Kindred. Both the Grovers and the Tornadoes will be represented in full force, so tune in for that for the Southeast Regional Track track and field meet, and as well, tune in for the softball tournament up in Hillsborough starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for Region 1 softball. As they go through the starting lineups here, the opening pitch brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. The World of Outlaw late models are on Tuesday, June the 30th in Ada, and also listen to Racing on the Radio all season long on 106.5 FM. That's KRJB. If you're not in the radio signal, you can simply tune into the mobile app by searching for KRJB or on the website by searching for RNJ Broadcasting. For more information on Norman County Raceway, for the local features in terms of racing throughout the week up in Ada, Minnesota, or for the World of Outlaw late models coming up in late June, you can simply check out their website. That's NormanCountyRaceway.com. From the wrecks to the checkers to the wreckers, it's NormanCountyRaceway.com all summer long for some good racing upcoming. The Oaks Tornadoes, the number 7 seed. The Oak Grove Grovers, the number 5 seed. Oaks gave Central Cass everything they could handle and some a little bit yesterday, even though the score was 9-2, separated late in that game. Well, for Oak Grove, talking with a couple of players after the game got done, with both Bjornson and Winter, just point blank asked them, were you ever part of a game where you were down by 8 runs after a half inning and came back and 10-run ruled the team? And the answer was no. It just was one of those games where you never know what you're going to get when you come to the ballpark, and that was exactly true here in Oaks. After a 22-12 win in 6 innings, there have been 3 games that have gone in the mercy rule with either 5 or 6 innings as the wind continues to make its way and gust a little bit through here from Cummings Field. 302 in right, 316 in left, about 355 to 365 left field and right center, and just over 330 in straightaway center field here today. The Oak Grove Grovers will be the home team. Oaks Tornadoes for the second consecutive day will be the visiting team by virtue of the lower seed, which means in our next contest, the number 2 seed of Northern Cass will be the home team, and Sargent County as the 4th seed will be the visiting team upcoming. And then you have to win 2 games today to still stay alive and get to Monday and have a date with the Central Cass Squirrels. The main thing is pitching. Can you get through your pitching, and can you have enough guys left once you get to Monday and you kind of throw out the kitchen sink? And if you have a chance to win in 5 or 6, as Oak Grove did yesterday in Enderlin, those 3 additional outs, which might only take 7 pitches or could take 30 pitches, can go a long potential way to try to move the game forward here in Oaks. Nice-looking crowd there. It's made its way through. Able to see some baked goods in the concession stands again, from hot dogs to pizza to a bratwurst and more. Always fun to kind of check out the new digs and enjoy a little bit of fun for broadcasters who maybe don't get to certain parts of the regions or the areas. As they've done, they continue to rotate through the Region 1 baseball tournament. Every year someone else gets a chance to host as we get ready for the opening pitch, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. Opening pitch for this game was scheduled roughly for about a 1 o'clock, but because that first game were just kind of an hour and 48 minutes, and you're kind of hanging on every pitch, got a little bit delayed. So the opening pitch on this one at 1:44, as we'll see it with Hegvig on the mound. Oliver sees this one as Joseph Dobitz will check in, and he will be at the plate. As they see this one here with Hegvig. As it'll miss outside for a ball, now 2-0. Umpiring crew, Eric Olson calling balls, or Chris Larson, calling balls and strikes. Eric Olson and Justin Farkas on the field, with Eric at first base, Justin at third base. This will be hit on the ground. Bjornson will play it across, able to keep his foot on the bag. The answer is yes. Bjornson to Winter. That'll be 6-3 on the putout, and Joseph Dobitz is retiring as we head to Landon Titus. 1 down here in the top of the first inning for the Oak Grove Grovers. 12 innings of work so far for their pitching staff with 5 different pitchers. This would be Hegvig, and his first time we've seen him on the mound here in this tournament. They have given up 20 hits, 19 runs, with 18 being earned, 14 walks and 12 strikeouts as Hegvig falls behind Landon Titus. It's now 1-0. For the Tornadoes, they've batted .222 in a couple of games here in the Region 1 baseball tournament. They went 5 of 22 and 7 of 29 in 2 games. They went 7 of 29 against Northern Cass and 5 of 25, against the Central Cass Squirrels. 9 runs with 6 runs driven in, 7 walks, and 18 strikeouts in their respective 2 games so far here for the Tornadoes at the plate. Landon Titus, the sophomore catcher, looking to get aboard. This would be a ground ball hit up the third baseline foul here to Titus. And for Titus against Central Cass, went 0 for 4 at the plate with a couple of strikeouts and hit into a double play in the 7th inning, at that time playing the shortstop spot. As this one just off the plate, as the wind continues to make its way through a little bit, and with that wind blustering, especially if you're an infielder, if you turn the wrong time, you might get some of that infield dirt in your face. As this one works outside for a ball 4, Landon Titus takes the free bag, and the Oaks Tornadoes get a runner aboard here in the top of the 1st inning. Zaid Heyer will come up to the plate for the senior center fielder. We go from 6 teams down to 5, down to 4, and eventually down to 3 at the end of the day, where 3 of the 4 teams that are still playing today here in Oaks will be eliminated, with one to stand on top and have a game with Central Cass on Monday at 4 o'clock as Heyer hits this one. A pop-up that'll go out of play. It's 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike here to Heyer, who had a really good, phenomenal pitching performance against Northern Cass in the opening round. Guy that can take a couple of good swings at the plate. Runners in a break for second base. Stumbles and goes over second here for Landon Titus. And Titus is going to be out, and then in doing so, as he stumbled, he will hold on to his knee. We'll take a break, and as they take a look at Landon Titus here on YourLiveEvent.com.
The world of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
So Landon Titus comes out of the game here as he is being helped off by his coaching staff. As for Landon Titus, the sophomore catcher, as he went in to go into second base to try to slide, it looked like the leg kind of gave away, and that's why he rolled over second base instead of just trying to slide on in as you normally would. And because he went across second base and was unable to hang on, he was caught stealing. So there's 2 down now with nobody on here in the 1st inning with Zaid Heyer at the plate. And also for the Oaks Tornadoes, it's going to be a big blow with Landon Titus being your catcher, so you automatically, even before you take the infield for the first time, you'll have to start reshuffling the deck a little bit here for the Oaks Tornadoes. So we go back to Zaid Heyer here, who has Oliver Hegvig on the mound. Righty-lefty matchup. We'll see this one work outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Later today across the way for Sports Timberwolves. Got a must-have-it win, game number 6 against the San Antonio Spurs. That game back at Target Center as there's a fly ball hit down the left field line foul. Minnesota Twins got the rivalry with the Milwaukee Brewers. Twins-Brewers tonight, 6:10 at Target Field, as they have a 3-game set, 4 games tonight, tomorrow, and alongside Sunday. The Brew Crew, 7 games above 500 at 24-17. The Twins at 20-24. Coming off a series win, however, against the Marlins. There's a grounder that's going to eat up Winter. Winter able to play it, though, to Hegvig, and that'll go 1-3 on the putout. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played a half inning. The Oaks Tornadoes scoreless. Oak Grove coming to the plate.
Take Your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or taupe insurance, maybe?
Nah, I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Get ahead of your spring planting needs with flowers, shrubs, and trees. Watts Ace Hardware Greenhouse is open now. Watts Ace Hardware, a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware and check out their greenhouse, which is open right now.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customers satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
As we come back here, there is some defensive changes now for the Tornadoes, again with Titus coming out of the game and being looked at currently. So they're going to go to Arrowwood. So Arrowwood now will be behind the plate. That's why it's an 8th grader here for the Tornadoes will be behind the plate now. So Dobit's on the mound still. Arrowwood will be part of the battery there for the Tornadoes. You got Schmitz in left field, Higher in center. Paradis will take Arrowwood's spot in right field. You have Gebhardt at third, Thorpe at shortstop, Undum at second, Miles at first. And as we talked about with Titus going out as he was trying to slide into a second base, that leg just didn't want to slide, so he kind of rolled over second base. He got taken out of the game, and he's being attended to right now. So for the Tornadoes, you're one more down on your lineup card and also one more down in just terms of players that you have in general. But Arrowwood again now behind the plate. As for the Grovers, they'll go like this. Elliot Butenhoff, the sophomore third baseman, will be batting in the leadoff spot with James Henderson, the sophomore second baseman, batting second. Zach Winter with a 3-run shot to get the Grovers going in the first inning, batting third, followed by Jack Bjornsson, the junior shortstop, also with a 3-run homer against Enderlin yesterday. Middig, the sophomore catcher, batting fifth, as this is going to be fouled back. It's 0-1. Alex Smidinger, the freshman right fielder, batting sixth, with Jackson McAloney, the junior designated hitter, batting seventh. Beck Olvin, the senior left fielder, eighth, and Colton McCullough in center field, batting ninth, with Oliver Hegvig on the mound. This one works out of the zone for a ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Tornadoes and their pitchers, they have used 3 of them with Higher, Gebhardt, and Dobitz. Dobitz coming back on for his second appearance with 14 pitches earlier thrown, and that was yesterday. There's a fly ball. There's a chance for Butenhoff way back to the warning track, and this ball is up, and that ball is gone. Butenhoff with a round tripper on the third pitch of the at-bat. Off the bat, it was a line drive, and it jettisons out to 356. He needed all of it. Butenhoff puts the Grovers on the board. It's 1-0. That was a missile off the bat, just a line drive variety. A solo homer for Butenhoff, and the Grovers able to score the first run of the contest. Now to James Henderson. As we talked about for the Tornadoes coming in, that's just their third pitcher. 13 innings of work, now 12 hits with 12 runs against, 11 earned, 3 walks and 19 strikeouts, with 15 of them being by Higher by himself in the win against Northern Cass. As this goes a foul ball to James Henderson. On the opposite side for the Grovers at the plate, they're batting .396 in 2 games here in the region tournament, 25 of 63, and now add a hit on top of it with 27 runs scored, 25 of those being runs driven in, 10 walks, and 14 strikeouts. Henderson doesn't go through, as James right now looking to see if he can possibly take a walk here and get on base for the Grovers. And you got, again, the heavy hitters in the lineup coming up after Henderson. Henderson had a really good game here for Oak Grove as that one goes over the crow's nest. Foul pitch. As Henderson coming off a good performance. For the 2, 3, and 4 batters for the Grovers, they did a lot of damage against Enderlin yesterday in their win. This will be hit on the ground, a 2-hopper. It takes a high second hop. Thorpe with a little zip on it to Miles. Now 6-3 on the putout, and there's 1 down as it goes to Winter. But going back yesterday here for the Oak Grove Grovers, just seeing what they were able to do. 5 runs driven in by Winter. Bjornsson had a handful, the same for Henderson. They had over 12 runs driven in between the 3 of them yesterday against the Enderlin Eagles. As Winter, and for Oaks, with Winter at the plate, kind of shifting their defense around as higher, going more to shade into right center field. And then Paradis kind of taking a couple steps back with Winter. There's a strike, breaking ball there for Dobitz. Catches the corner for against the senior first baseman. This works outside for a ball. It's 1-1. First year for Oaks to be separated in terms of their co-op from what they had with some of the Sargent County players in schools, with Foreman and Gwinner. Then you saw a little bit with Milner making its way to Enderlin. So 2 balls and a strike on the way as Dobitz rocks and fires. Good breaking ball in at the knee. Called the strike, now 2-2. Good spot, though, for Dobitz. We'll see if he goes back to the breaking ball here against Winter and what Zach might be trying to time up. Here's a 2-2. Another breaking ball, swing and a miss. Winter is retired, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Now to Jack Bjornsson, the junior shortstop, at the plate, delivered the goods, but also on the mound, coming on in relief yesterday for the Grovers after the Enderlin Eagles put up 8 runs in that first inning. Eventually, Bjornsson got tasked to come on a little bit later on after DeFiore and Williams were unable to go more than 1 inning, and Bjornsson kind of just rattled the rest of the game off in good order in 6 total. Able to come out and pick up the victory, as this one is going to be hit in the air. That's a line drive shot into right, and this one will be past the right fielder in Paradis. Paradis will have to come in and play it. Here's the throw, not going to be in time, as Jack Bjornsson with an opposite field extra base hit. He scampers into second, and the Oak Grove Grovers will make their way now with the runner in scoring position. It goes to the sophomore catcher in Middig. Really nice swing by Bjornsson just off the bat, able to barrel it up, find the gap, and goes to the lefty. As the wind gusts continue to pick up a little bit more here from Cummings Field. There's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. At times in the press box, if you're facing the wrong direction with the wind, it almost feels like you're on the front of a boat going across the ocean at times, where you're just kind of hanging on a little bit at particular junctures. This one is fouled. It's 0-2. Segan try to see if he can bring in Bjornsson here with another extra base hitter, put one in the outfield with 2 outs. Bjornsson would be off and running on the swing. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Going to be hit on the ground. This one up the first base side, but foul, and we'll keep it at 0-2. Oaks will see 3, 4, and 5 batters with Thorpe, Miles, and Schmitz, the scheduled batters coming up here in the second inning for the Tornadoes. Hoping to have a long, good day at the ballpark for one of these 2 teams here today. As there's a ground ball that'll go to the shorts towards the second baseman, Undum. He will play it 4-3 on the put-up. On a solo homer by Elliot Butenhoff on the third pitch that Oak Grove saw is the difference right now on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard as the Grovers lead it by 1.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Broadcasting today from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth, your headquarters from home to farm to business and more. Get in contact with David Bergman Agency, servicing both the Oaks, Foreman, and surrounding communities at 701-724-6252. Just like the wind, David Bergman Agency is everywhere. That's 701-724-6252. David Bergman Agency. Not all products are underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance. Two-camera setup as yesterday today, high on top of the grandstands and one in Tornado Alley here in straightaway center field. As for Oaks, they will come up to the plates, and we'll see what they can do here with Jack Thorpe, Miles, and Schmitz after Oliver Hegvig was able to get out of the first, just going up against three batters. If you're just joining us, Lennon Titus went to go steal a base. He got taken out after being injured, so he had to go to a new catcher with Arrowwood, as everything is getting situated now here for Hegvig on the mound for the Oak Grove Grovers. And as we were talking about prior to the inning being wrapped up, for one of these two teams, you hope for a long, prosperous stay at the ballpark. It could be another 7 hours potentially for one of these two teams, for the simple reason of you're going to have a game at 4 o'clock with Northern Cass and Sargent County. You have to win this one, wait around till that one wraps up, and then play again later tonight roughly at around 6 and see how long that game kind of goes. But with how the pace of play has been so far through 5 games in Oaks, probably going to be a little bit later past that 6 o'clock start, but we'll see what happens. Here is this game. Started back at 1:44. Took about 20 minutes to complete the first inning. As digging in is Jack Thorpe for the Tornadoes. As Thorpe will come up to the plate here for Oaks. Thorpe, 1 of 3 yesterday against Central Cass with a single back in the 6th inning and got kind of a robbed of a hit in the 4th. Pops one up in the air down the third base line, but that'll go out of play towards the bullpen, and that'll be a foul ball here for Jack. It's 0-1. So for Oak Grove, playing with the lead in the first inning after Oaks unable to put up a run in the top half of the frame. Oliver from the stretch with the 0-1 pitch. That'll work out of the zone. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. As Hegvig and this Oak Grove Grover team came in as the number 5 seed in the tournament. The 1-1 breaking ball out of the zone. It's 2-1. Oak Grove able to host last year at Starion Field, where that was just an interesting couple of days of weather and trying to get all those games in as well last season. This one works all the way to the backstop. It's now 3-1, where we had a makeshift media row yesterday, or last year, where we had the main Starion Field and you had the Theraldson Complex Parks, but they just had to play on some other diamonds across. It still worked. 3-1 pitch, that'll work outside for a ball. Jack Thorpe earns a walk. So he could have played on a home stadium, then played at Starion, then played at another baseball field to eventually play at Castleton. He had a lot of baseball fields for a couple of teams last year. As it goes to Trey Miles, the junior first baseman. Miles reached base once yesterday against the Squirrels of the Walk in that 6th inning. Oaks looking to try to tie the game up here. Quick pick play back, and Thorpe able to get back safely at first base. Well, you know, after today, everything is scheduled to go to Kindred starting on Monday, as we'll have a balk call. I think that's about our 6th one here of the tournament, as Thorpe will take his way to second base here in Oaks so far. So Trey Miles now will bat with a runner in scoring position. A long pause here by Hegvig. Ball that misses out of the zone. It's now 1-0. It's Hegvig right now. And Oaks has their first Base runner in scoring position as here's a fly ball into center field. Coming on here, McCullough makes the nice basket catch. As Cole makes the play, that'll be one down here in the second on the run for McCullough as well. Now it goes to Nathan Schmitz, the junior left fielder. Good swing by Trey Miles. McCullough just better defense, and now it goes to Schmitz. Schmitz with a couple of hits in this part of the lineup against the Squirrels, and a very productive part as well for the number 6 batter. 2 singles, hit by a pitch, and drove in a run in that 6th inning where the Oaks Tornadoes were threatening to tie or take the lead against Central Cass yesterday. So Schmitz will come up with a runner aboard. At second base is Thorpe as Hegvig takes his leave off the mound. But as we were saying, for either Oaks or Oak Grove, hoping to have a long day at the ballpark, a prosperous day. Got to win here, then you got to take advantage of a win against either Northern Cass or Sargent County, as that's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Talking with coaches, each region does their tournament a little bit different. Just between softball and baseball, the tournaments are a little scattered, as softball, more cutthroat, if you will, as you have the playing games, you win or you're done. Quarterfinals, same thing, win or you're done, and then double elim once you get to the final 4 teams remaining in the Region 1 softball tournament. As this one, foul tipped in the glove, it's now 2-2. And also a little different from baseball to softball, where softball, 2 teams from a region will be part of the 8 that make it to state, where you have to win your region in baseball to get there. 2-2 pitch, hit in the air. This has a chance into left, and this one's going to split the gap as Schmitz is going to drive in his second run here in Oaks. Nope, now they'll say that this one will come through. It's going to be a ground rule double as that got by the wall. All of a sudden, saw Sean holding up the stop sign there for Thorpe going, what's just going to happen here? And that's going to be a ground rule double. So Schmitz gets his 3rd hit here in Oaks on yesterday and today. Thorpe will come in and score, and we're tied at 1 apiece as Schmitz gets the run driven in. Now it goes to Andrew Undum. Undum, the junior second baseman, with a chance to give the Tornadoes a lead here in the top of the 2nd inning. As this one will run in at 1-0. And talking with some baseball coaches saying if you would do the same tournament as softball, all of them said that it would change the complexion of how you would maybe go about that opening round. Sometimes you don't want to use your ace or maybe a top-end-of-the-line guy, save him for later in the tournament. Other times it could possibly burn you if you lose, and then all of a sudden, now what? Some coaches say, we're just going to play our best guys, win the game ahead of you now, and then worry about tomorrow when it's tomorrow. Others try to have some type of a strategy and say, well, maybe we can put pitcher B out there, use pitcher A in the winner's bracket side if you're fortunate to win, or have him in a loser-out game to have a little more confidence brewing for the rest of the tournament. But if you had a single elimination, as here's a pop-up, and that'll go just over the crow's nest for a foul ball. Would definitely be interesting to see if that would be some part of the combination of play ever in baseball. With this double elimination format, you go to this point, you need a lot of pitching to get you to eventually on that Monday and try to have a chance to play in that championship series. So Thorpe with a leadoff walk comes in to score after the Nathan Schmitz RBI double. Batter number 4 of the inning as Undum with a hitter's count. And Undum will hit this one on the ground. Backhanded there by Oliver Hegvig from his knees. Oh, what a play. Oliver Hegvig getting down and dirty on a Friday afternoon. Really nice play as Undum is retired. Schmitz will scamper to third. That was like Twister with the right hand on red and the left knee on yellow, making its way there for Hegvig. And more importantly, the throw that he had to Winter, that was right on the money. First pitch swinging. This is going to be a line drive shot here for Jackson Gebhardt. The Tornadoes take the lead. It's 2-1. Schmitz comes in to score. First pitch swinging for the junior third baseman, and the Tornadoes have their first lead of the afternoon. Second hit of the inning provides a run. Now it goes to the catcher that started as the right fielder, but with the injury again to Landon Titus, the 8th grader, Wyatt Arrowwood, now behind the plate. Back to the top of the lineup then for Oaks. Well, for the Grovers, you're going to see coming up the 6, 7, and 8 batters with Meininger, Jackson, and then Beck Alvin coming up as the pick play. Not going to be in time with Jackson Gebhardt. Also with the injury now for Landon Titus and for Coach Sean Karajan, there just isn't a lot more options on the bench moving forward here for Oaks, as they just had 3 guys that were on the bench starting this game. Part of the reason as well with the split of the co-op with Sargent County and Oaks, just the number of kids that you have on the lineup card. I think part of it, too, for some coaches, it's a little bit different, seeing what a middle school player, what they can provide, some a little bit more advanced maybe when it comes to the game of baseball than others. Don't want to put a guy out there, and you hear it from football particularly, having a freshman that's a lineman having to go up against a junior or senior just is a little bit different, as this one was nearly pickoff, as Hagvik nearly was able to get Jackson Gebhardt. Seen a couple 8th graders here in this tournament, one of those at the plate with Wyatt Arrowwood here for the Tornadoes. Oliver Hegvig has worked exclusively from the stretch so far today with a runner on or even with nobody on, and we'll have a balk call. Second one of the inning. So Gebhardt will take his way to second base, and Wyatt Arrowwood now with a base hit could give Oaks a 3-1 advantage. But going back to the difference in terms of tournaments, just the amount of teams. Now, there's always conversations, especially if you're on the fringe of a region, of maybe one year you move north or you move west. Also, Capstone Academy is going to be coming into play for Class B sports the next couple of years with JV teams around the corner in varsity. That will be a parochial school out of Fargo. There's a swing and a miss. Second strike here on Arrowwood. So a team like Oaks is kind of always on that line of, do you move west and stay with the Lemoores, the Kidder Counties, and the Rockfords of the world? As this one not going to go through. Northern Cass, always kind of that rumor of going north, and they have gone north before, particularly when it comes to football. As this one will be in the dirt, and Arrowwood able to earn a walk. Third free pass for Oliver Hegvig, first time through the lineup card, an inning and 2/3, 2 hits that were earned, 2 make that hits with a couple of runs that were earned, 3 walks and no strikeouts. Now it goes to Dobitz. So Dobitz at the plate, grounded out his first time up to the shortstop to Bjornsson on a 2-0 count. And he will take a called strike at the knee. It's 0-1. 7th batter of the inning for the Tornadoes. As Dobitz looking to help his own cause here at the plate. The 0-1. This one will get by the catcher. And on the pass ball, allow the runners to move up 90 feet. So Gebhardt will scamper to third base. Arrowwood will be at second. And Dobitz with a base hit now with a chance to plate 2. 2 runs here across for the Oaks Tornadoes, looking to make it an even bigger inning before Oak Grove comes up in the bottom half of the frame. As Hegvig sees this, being called the strike from Chris Larson, it's 1-2. Outfield pretty much straight away. Infield at their normal depth with 2 outs here for the Grovers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch just off the plate now, 2-2. As Oaks looking to continue to add to the inning here with 2 down. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, popped up, going to be into short left field. Bjornsson giving chase, that goes over his glove. 1 run comes in, Bjornsson's throw home to Mittig is not going to be in time, sliding in safely as Dobitz will make his way now to third as it goes all the way to the backstop on the throw, and Dobitz will get the RBI clearing base hit. Then on the throw will make his way to third base, so the Tornadoes keep on scoring here. It's 4-1. Gebhardt comes in to score. Arrowwood comes in to score. Dobitz with a little duck snort out to left field that provides 2 runs driven in as Gebhardt and Arrowwood both come in. And all of a sudden for the Tornadoes, how much more greedy can you get? A single by Gebhardt, a walk by Arrowwood with 2 outs, and now Dobitz gets a base knock and 2 runs driven in as it goes here to the number 2 batter for the Tornadoes, and this one is going to be hit on the ground. Hegvig will play this one. Clean throw in time to retire this side. And hitting in that spot was Arrowwood again here for the Tornadoes. But Oaks takes a lead with 4 runs here in the second. It's 4-1 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base as the Oaks Tornadoes with a couple of 2-out base hits provide a couple extra runs. Run by Gebhardt with a run driven in, 2 runs driven in by Dobitz. The first run driven in was by Nathan Schmitz on a ground rule RBI double earlier in the inning. So the Tornadoes now playing with a 3-run lead as we make our way to the bottom of the second here on YourLiveEvent.com. Meidinger with Jackson, McAloney, and then Beck Olvin due up here for the Oak Grove Grovers and head coach Gabe Duncan. This is the Region 1 baseball tournament coming up at 4 o'clock today. About an hour and 45 minutes from now, we'll get to the third game of the day here in Oaksett from Cummings Field. Sargent County Northern Cass, as is this one, win or go home situation for the Bulldogs and the Jags as Meidinger takes one up and in for a ball. It's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Breaking ball foul, and that one ricochets about 3 more feet. We need a new camera over at the Crow's Nest. As it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Sooner or later, someone's going to hit our center field camera or behind the plate cam, and whoever hits it, that kid is getting the camera for them for their prize. As it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. I get it, spring cleaning, but we'll just give it to you. You can just have it. 1-2 upcoming here to Meidinger after he went fishing on that one. We'll see what Dobitz throws here, already with 1 strikeout on the mound. 1-2, nice pitch for Dobitz. His second punch out, and Meidinger is retired via the cane. I'll give credit to Dobitz right now. He is locating that breaking ball, the off speed, pretty well so far, particularly with the new catcher with Arrowwood right now. Dobitz missing low here on Jackson. It's 1-0. Grovers with their 1 run of the game was Elliot Butenhoff's solo home run to left on the 3rd pitch that Oak Grove saw at the plate. Here's the 1-0. I'll miss up for a ball. It's now 2-0. 2-0 offering. That'll run in. Nearly hit him as it goes all the way to the backstop. It's 3-0. That's one thing about this particular park and where it's set up that's used as well for their football field coming up in the fall. But if it gets by the backstop, you can easily get up an extra 90 feet here as this one's going to be hit on the ground. Thorpe will come in, glove it, fires across to Miles with the stretch in time, 6-3 on the putout. McAloney got the green light on 3-0 to swing. He is retired. It's now to Beck Olvin, the senior left fielder. But going back through some of the ballparks you go to, and more so in softball maybe than in baseball, but baseball here for Oaks, you definitely get by that catching position. I'll roll for a little while and allow you to move in to score from third or try to get to second. Good off-speed pitch to Olvin as Dobin works ahead. It's 0-1. Joseph Dobitz sees the 0-1. This one goes foul. It's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. All I'm going to say is that Crow's Nest is like maybe worse than third base. That is the hot zone, especially when it comes to foul balls. 0-2 pitch, another ground ball. This one up the third baseline foul as Gebhardt will play it to third. It's now 0-2. And it goes back to the number 9 batter, Colton McCullough, and then back to the top of the lineup here for the Grovers if they can try to get, as what Oaks did, a little 2-out rally going here in the second. Dobit, strike 3, looking. He gets his second strikeout of the inning, third of the contest, and that's a 3-up, 3-down for Dobitz on the mound. We played 2 today here in Oaks. It's the Tornadoes 4, the Grovers 1.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
As we come back here, we get an in-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. That again is dhb.bank. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you today. So far, 4-1 in favor of the Tornadoes. All 4 runs coming in that second inning where they had 3 hits. They do have 1 error so far for the Grovers, 1 run, as well as they have committed no errors on the play with a couple of hits here for Oak Grove. Dobitz, 2 innings of work, while on the opposite side you got Oliver Hagvig with 2 innings of work as he's on for his third. Dobitz, 31 pitches, 22 for strikes. Hagvig, 45 pitches, 21 for strikes. That is our in-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. As for the Tornadoes, Higher with a ground out his last time up to the pitcher, Hagvig. And it's 3, 4, and 5 batters with Thorpe and Miles here for Oaks. As Oliver with the pitch, that'll miss low, now 2-0. Mittig behind the plate with Butenhoff at third, Bjornsson at shortstop, Henderson at second, and Zach Winter over at first for the infield here for the Grovers. Higher with a hitter's count, not going to chase the fastball low and away. It's now 3-0. Alvin in left field, McCullough in straightaway center, and in right, here is Meidinger. See if Higher gets a green light on 3-0. He's taken all the way. It's going to be called a strike at the knee. It's 3-1. And those wind gusts have not went down throughout the course of today. In fact, maybe even gotten a little bit worse as this day has progressed. The 3-1 pitch. That'll work inside. It's a 5-pitch walk. Zaid Higher will take the free pass. 4th walk given up by Oliver Hagvig. As we see it now to Jack Thorpe. In a similar spot, Thorpe in the second inning earned an opening walk as well on 5 pitches and eventually would come in and score the first run of the game for the Tornadoes. Looking to have that same recipe here and possibly put up a big inning like they did in the second with 4 runs. As Winter holding on Higher as he stays put. This one called a strike. It's 0-1. As Hagvig will step off after Jack Thorpe takes his time at the plate, taking a look and kind of seeing what the play could be put on here with the leadoff runner aboard. We're getting another balk as I was trying to quick pitch was Hagvig. That'll be his 3rd balk. Don't mind the quick pitch, but he just never came set as he came through. Just kind of rolling into that one. So we get a balk call, which allows Zaid to get to second base. No balls and a strike here, Jack Thorpe. This will be popped up, foul, and that'll go on top of the grandstands. It's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here as you see Higher. Trying to see how aggressive he's going to be at second base if Thorpe can try to put something in motion here, as this will be a line drive, a fly ball in the air to left to the warning track. Oh, what a play by Alvin. Alvin with the leaping play in left. He robs an extra base hit. Alvin kind of looking like the Michael Jordan Air Jordan logo right there as he made a catch in left field. That was nice. Takes an extra base hit. Higher smartly, though, is able to tag up at second base and get to third. So the Buck now on top of the quality out will allow Zaid to be at third base. Well, we've seen some really good plays in the outfield today for both what we saw in the Central Cass Kindred game. Central Cass had a couple that they robbed that were line drive base hits, and there's one as well. As this is going to get all the way to the backstop, gets by Middig and coming in to score. So that balk is really even extra costly as it stands right now. As Higher comes in to score, it'll be a 5-1 contest here, and Trey Miles will work with a 1-0 count. Miles with a fly ball to McCullough his last time up. McCullough made a good play on it in the second inning. But Oaks scores a run as they lead it here by 4. 1-0 pitch for Oliver Hegvig. Miles gives it a good swing. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. As the Region 2 baseball tournament with just 6 teams, the first game, or 7 teams now this year, with Nelson County Makota co-oping. As this one's called a strike, it's 1-2. They will have a play-in match. And then from there, the 3-6 contest, and all that single elimination until they get to the final 4 teams remaining up in Mayville. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way from Hegvig. Breaking ball, that'll miss outside for a ball. 2-2. Region 2 with 7 teams, Region 1 with 9, and then you have 6 in Region 3 with Valley City being Class B here for softball and baseball this year. But Region 3 for baseball having 6 teams. This one missing. It's now 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes to Miles. Works the count full on Hegvig. This one will be popped up in the air but well foul over the batting cages, and we'll see if it hits the light pole as it goes out of play. That's now 3-2. So a walk by Zaid Higher came and eventually scored. Thorpe with the line drive out to left to Alvin. Payoff pitch yet again. That'll miss low for a ball. So Miles will take a walk. 5th free pass of the game here by Hegvig. And now it goes to Nathan Schmitz. Grovers, when you just take a look at their respective pitching staff and what they have left, Butenhoff with 1 appearance of 89 pitches. James Henderson, 1 appearance with 24 pitches thrown. You have DeFiore, he has to rest today no matter what as he threw 46 pitches yesterday. Bjornson was 66 in relief, so he is unavailable today for Gabe Duncan. Then Williams has thrown 22. Nathan Schmitz delivers a strike, or will take a strike. It's 0-1. Schmitz with an RBI double to left center his last time up. Swing and a miss, now 0-2. So for Coach Duncan, how do you try to navigate a game? And this is one for Oliver Hegvig where you just probably say, we're going to have you out there as long as we can unless you start losing some steam or you get to a place where you got to get taken out of the game. As there's a swing and a miss. It gets by the catcher. Middig trying to make the play over at first base, or was it a foul tip? They're going to say it's a strikeout, but the base was occupied regardless at first. So Nathan Schmitz is going to be retired, but smartly here for Miles to get from first to second as that gets by the catcher. Hegvig with his first strikeout of the game, runner at second base with 2 outs. So being out is Schmitz at first after it was occupied. As we see this here for Andrew Undum. And Undum pops this one up. And I'll go foul. Might hit a bird one of these times in terms of a foul ball with some of the trees down there. Be very Randy Johnson-esque. Probably a little bit less than what Randy had on that fastball in a spring training game. Randy Johnson did an interview with Craig Maddox. They were talking about the difference in pitching with Maddox and Johnson as the 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike, 0-2. And someone asked him, like, you're a guy that hurled it back and threw 100 miles per hour on almost every pitch, and Maddox could barely get 90, to 88, 85. How would you, assess your 2 different pitching styles? As there's a strike 3, And we'll get to that story when we return, as Undum is retired on a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Hegvig, but it's a new score as Oaks now leads 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the third inning.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we come back here to a bracket breakdown on YourLiveVent.com, then we'll get to that Maddox and Randy Johnson story that we were talking about before the break. Bracket breakdown earlier today, Kinder Vikings defeated the Central Cass Squirrels 5-3. Bronk Johnson picked up the win. Fisher Johnson picked up the loss. Picked up the save. Keegan Peterson picked up the loss here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Kindred put up 3 runs across in the inning as they were able to do so in the third. 2 big runs in the 6th, which were a 2 RBI variety for Fisher Johnson in that, because Brody Kankley hit a 2-run shot in the 7th inning. 5-3 Kindred over Central Cass. Still to come here later today. Northern Cass, Sargent County at 4, with the winner of this game to play that game at around 6 o'clock. That's a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. See what values-based banking can do for you. Colton McCullough at the plate. 0-1. This one's going to be hitting the air. That's got a chance down the line. If it stays fair, that could be gone. And that ball is gone. A home run. The number 9 batter, Colton McCullough, with a shot to left. And the Grovers have put 2 runs on the board thanks to 2 solo home runs here in this contest. Jets out from 316. Then it really gets going again in left center. But that shot, a good 345 feet, and that's a home run, and the second home run here for Dobitz that he's given up. So 2 innings of work. Dobitz has given up 3 hits, 2 of those being home runs with 2 earned runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts the first time through the lineup card. So if there is a good news, Bert Blyleven talked about, hey, he gave up a lot of home runs, but if it's solo home runs, you can live with that. If it's a 3-run or a grand slam and you give up 2 home runs in a game, all of a sudden now it's 5, 6, 7 runs in a game. As Butenhoff hit a solo home run, hits one on the ground. This one to go to the shortstop, Thorpe. Thorpe across time, and in time it's 6-3 on the putout, and there's one down as Henderson will dig in. Going back to Maddox and Johnson, but they just asked, Randy Johnson, how did you throw different than Maddox? And Randy just talked about how sometimes in his younger days that he just didn't really have a game plan necessarily pitching, where he could just throw it by you or have that big slider that just came off the table, where Maddox was more so a quote-unquote, if you want to say, doctor of baseball, where he looked, and Henderson will wear this one. It'll be a hit-by pitch, and he'll quickly get to first base. Saying that Maddox, you start talking with him and how he was throwing. He was thinking about 3 pitches ahead. He was thinking about a month or 2 down the line when you might see a player going, I'll leave a changeup middle in, and you might think you're going to get that in a month in a baseball game, but you'll never see that pitch, ever again. So just the difference between Maddox and Randy Johnson were 2 different pitchers of style on how you can, again, don't need to pitch 100 miles an hour to be effective in the game of baseball. But if you do have that pop and that power, whether it's as a reliever or a starter, definitely scouts and people will take notice of you. Kind of like in basketball, if you're 6'10", you're probably going to have some scouts take a chance on you than a 5'10" guy, unless you can shoot, dribble, and dive for loose balls all over the basketball floor. 0-1 pitch, runner's going to break. Arrowwood unable to glove this one, as going into scoring position is Henderson. He was off and running. So Zach Winter now with a runner in scoring position, and there's one down here in the 3rd inning. But Randy Johnson also, the part of that story, not even with Maddox, was the Bird story, where we'll get to that here in a second on the pitch to Winter. Winter going to wear it, crouching the plate. He will take it on the arm, hit by a pitch, back-to-back batters hit by a pitch. Now it goes to Jack Bjornsson. Randy was talking about in an interview that, you know what, did the Cy Young, have done the perfect game, been a World Series champ, but the one thing that I'm going to be remembered for is hitting a pigeon, hitting a bird, and it just blowing up like a magic trick in a spring training game. And the answer is yes. Yes, you will. As Bjornsson going to foul tip this one off the glove of Arrowwood. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike to the cleanup batter here in the junior shortstop. And for these Oaks Tornadoes players, it is officially summer. This was the last day of school, so they are right back in it. As this one will miss for a ball, it's 1-1. One ball and one strike here with Dobitz. Looking for that breaking ball. Does throw the breaking ball. This will be hitting the air to left. Schmitz will have to come in and play it. Everybody moves up station to station as that gets all the way thrown to the catcher here. So Henderson at third base, Winter at second, Bjornsson at first. His second base hit of the contest. Bases full and nowhere to put Mittig. As we'll see it now to Segan. So the tying run at first base and the go-ahead run stands at home plate. Batter number 6 of the third inning here for the Grovers. Corner infielders in, middle infielders playing for the double play. And this will go foul. It's 0-1. Segan with the ground ball his last time up to Undum over at second. Nice piece of hitting, though, going back to Jack Bjornsson. Extra base hit to left center, and now a base knock to left. 2 hits today. This will be a foul ball over the batting cages. It's now 0-2. Sargent County here awaiting this game. Also seeing Northern Cass here as well. Getting ready for their contest. Scheduled for a 4 o'clock first pitch. Here's the 0-2 from Dobitz. I'll work up and in. It's 1-2. And going back to Greg Maddox, if you want, I think it's on the MLB network originally. There's about a 60-minute documentary talking about pitching. It is well worth your time if you're just a fan of baseball or looking to be a pitcher, as this one is going to be a foul ball as Segan will take this on the feet. But it also goes over Greg not having a good start in his big league career, where he came up and he kind of knew that he was going to go back down, and a guy got hit earlier. So Greg Maddox, even though he knew he was going to go down, he hit the next batter up that he came through. And sure enough, didn't pitch well for about a month, so he got sent down to the minors. But when he got sent down, able to work on 1 or 2 things, and never was sent down ever again, and then became the Greg Maddox that we knew, where he could kind of nibble at the plate, use the baseball to his advantage. They have him and Barry Bonds talking about a home run that Bonds hit off of him, and Maddox goes, yeah, I knew better than throwing that pitch, but got behind the count and had to challenge him, as this is going to be hit on the ground, a chance for 2. They get 1, a quick bobble, and they do get the out. A run does come in to score, so Henderson comes in from third base. Winter goes to third. Bjornsson is retired. Segan will reach base on a fielder's choice as Thorpe threw it to Undum. Undum on the bobble was able to hold it with his right foot on the bag, but was unable to get the chance for a turn of 2, as we have a new score here at 5-3. As Oak Grove will have runners at the corners with 2 down, with Meininger at the plate, as the wind is really starting to pick up, almost like we got a dust devil a little bit making its way through. As courtesy running will be Gavin Kramer over at first base. Kramer's going to break. Here's the throw. Arrowwood will go back to Dobitz, and runner will stay put with Winter. So Kramer now at second base, and the Grovers with the tying run in scoring position, bottom of the third inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Meininger with the strikeout, looking his last time up in the second. Takes a big rip at this one. It's now 1-1. So we got the Dust Devils, maybe a little bit of a cyclone. Obviously the Tornadoes called the Tornadoes. And then in the winter, it's a snow squall, I believe the new term, right, where you kind of get an emergency alert system, and it's snow squall if you start traveling where you just kind of can't see for a couple miles down the county road. This will be called a strike. It's 1-2. But if you're in that third base dugout, the wind's kind of taking that infield dirt and throwing it to you, and then also dusting around and going almost into center at times. Starting to swirl. There's a swing and a miss. Dobitz. Airwood will have to play it to Miles, able to do so. But the Grovers do put 2 runs across here in the bottom of the third inning. New score on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Oak Grove down by 2. Oaks 5, Grovers 3.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
As we head to the top of the fourth inning here on YourLiveEvent.com, Chase Miller and Joey Hughes with you in a game that's nearly an hour old here for 3 innings of baseball as we go to the 8, 9, and 1 batters. Jackson Gebhardt with Noah Paradis, and then back to the top lineup for Joseph Dobitz coming up here. As for the Oak Grove Grovers, Oliver Hegvig on for his 3rd inning of work. 5-3 Grovers down by 2 after scoring 2 runs in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're enjoying our broadcast, give this game a like on our stream. Also, check us out on YouTube by subscribing, by searching Your Live Events. Complete and busy day tomorrow from about 9 o'clock in the morning till, give or take, let's say 6 o'clock-ish at night. We'll have prep sports for both track and field, baseball, and softball tomorrow. So if you can make it to a particular event, get on out, show your support, and enjoy it in person. If you're unable to do so, maybe you're running some errands, maybe you're going to some graduation parties, you can pop us on as you're enjoying a taco in a bag. What is the number 1 graduation food group? I think taco in a bag has to probably be up there to a certain degree. Or a walking taco, however you like to call it. Kind of like saying barbecues or sloppy joes. Depending on which one you like. Now in Stanley, my aunt lived in Stanley, they call them slush burgers. You went to the concession stand, you had to say a slush burger for a barbecue or for a sloppy joe. That's the only time I've ever heard a slush burger ever in the concession stand world. 2 balls, no strikes to Gebhardt as the wind continues to pick up. Now this kind of wind is maybe a little bit more similar to what we saw yesterday in that Kindred Sargent County game, where that was the worst of the day yesterday. This is getting to that similar standpoint as it stands right now. Is this going to be a little grounder off the bat? Winter will play it. Oliver Hegvig can't make the play at first. He had it beat, but when he went to go down to put his right foot, missed the bag. So Jackson Gebhardt gets aboard here for the Tornadoes. It was a good play by Winter when he went to go give it to Oliver Hegvig. Hegvig went to go down to touch first base, and he just missed it, is what they're saying right now. As we'll get a quick meeting here as Eric Olson gives his explanation of what he saw, and that's pretty much what it was. As Gebhardt will get aboard here, and for the 3rd straight inning, Oaks gets their leadoff batter aboard. It was a walk in the 2nd that came in the score, a walk in the 3rd that came in the score, and now it's going to be an infield hit here in the 4th. Now Noah Paradis will come up as they throw over to see if Noah was maybe going to look to bunt and get the runner across. The question is, how many runs is enough here in this game? Or you just got a feeling there's still a couple more runs left in these 2 teams, as this will be a breaking ball. That'll miss the pick play, not going to be in time. It's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch. Bunted as this one goes foul. As this is a foul ball across the way. As we'll see the pitch count here for Hagvig continuing to climb here in a moment, and with that wind kind of blowing around, slowing some stuff up as well for both the pitchers, the catchers, and the hitters when you kind of get that dust coming into your eyes, or we're going to get another balk. So now if you're looking to bunt, don't need to bunt as we continue here as Gebhardt will make his way to second base. Arrowwood today at the plate here for the Tornadoes. Looking to bunt regardless. Hagvig's going to play it. Field it, throw it across to second in time for the out. Sacrifice bunt there for Arrowwood as Gebhardt will take third base. Now it goes to the top of the lineup card with Dobitz. So Dobitz in a 2 RBI double his last time up into left field, and a chance to again help his own cause here and try to add on another run. Dobitz, 51 pitches thrown in 3 innings with 36 being strikes for Hagvig, 72 pitches with 37 being strikes. This one right back up the middle and underneath the diving glove of Bjornsson, and Dobitz does indeed help his own cause. Dobitz with a single, his 3rd run driven in. Gebhardt comes in to score his 2nd run of the game, and the Oaks Tornadoes take a 6-3 lead. Now to Paradis, who grounded out his last time up, hitting in the spot for the catcher of Landon Titus. And Oaks able to answer. Oaks with 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. For Oak Grove, 1 run in the first, 2 runs in the third, 0 in the second. Looking to bunt. Paradis will do this. Middig able to make the good play over to first. So another sacrifice bunt across the way. That puts Dobitz into scoring position now at second. Trying to manufacture another one with Heyer, but also in a situation like this with Heyer at the plate, you open up first base if Hagvig doesn't want to pitch to him. As the number 3 batter here for Zaid Heyer with a walk and a run scored 0 for 1 today. They'll miss outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Jack Thorpe on the on-deck circle here for Oaks. Region 1 baseball tournament, first of 3 straight elimination contests. Here's the 1-0. That'll be called a strike. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike here to the senior center fielder. The 1-1 is hit high in the air. This one's got a little carry to it towards the warnings track, and making the play is McCullough in front of the wall. Another 5 feet. That would have been a little bit more interesting as Zaid Heyer is retired on a deep flyout. But we have a new score. 1 run across on 2 hits. There were no errors and a runner left on base. 3.5 today here between Oaks and Oak Grove. It's 6-3 Tornadoes.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from Oaks, North Dakota, where today it is the Tornadoes and the Grovers in an elimination game, as this one is going to miss for a ball as you get to the 7, 8, and 9 batters due up here on YourLiveEvent.com. 6-3, again, your score, as McAloney will take a strike. It's 1-1. Jackson today 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Dobitz doing a good job both at the plate and on the mound as it currently stands here for Joseph. As Dobitz sees this one, another breaking ball. Will be close to being called a strike. It's 2-1. Just a little bit high above the zone. Here to Jackson. 2-1 pitch. McAloney gives it a ride into left center field. That'll split the gap and work its way all the way to the warning track. McAloney's going to make his way to second base. Here's a relay throw. It'll be a stand-up double. And the junior DH showing you why he is the designated hitter, one of the extra base hits. 5th hit of the contest as it goes to Beck Olvin. Struck out looking his last time up back in inning number 2. As Dobitz takes a look back at the runner, the pitch. First pitch swinging, hit in the air. This one could die in front of the center fielder. It does. Here comes Higher with the throw over to third. Does he get him in time? Yes! Oh, what a play defensively. Higher timed it up perfectly to Gebhardt, and Jackson McAloney is hung out to dry at third base. What a play by the center fielder. It'll be a single for Olvin, so it'll be a hit against Dobitz, but they'll take the hit for the out as McAloney is retired 8-5, and that might be your best defensive play of the tournament potentially. That was really good by Higher, able just to time it up. Knew he wasn't going to get to the baseball and almost got a running head start like a wide receiver in the CFL. Just kind of got it, able to put his momentum, and absolutely threw a dart to Gebhardt where he applied the take perfectly on McAloney. And there's one down here as it goes to Colton McCullough. He earned a solo home run his last time up to begin the 3rd inning. As for Oaks, they have given up 2 solo home runs today against this Grover lineup, but still are up by 3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Looking to bunt. This one goes up the third base side foul. He did offer at it. It's 0-1. As we'll get a quick conference here as the catcher here with Arrowwood. Taking a look at his equipment. We're broadcasting today from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth, servicing both the Foreman, Oaks, and surrounding communities with David Bergman Agency at 701-724-6252 from auto to life, farm, ranch, and more. Get in contact with David Bergman Agency. Not all products are underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance. So still to come a little bit later on today. On YourLiveEvent.com, we'll get to Northern Cass and Sargent County. That game is scheduled for about a 4 o'clock start, or roughly a half hour after this game wraps up, pending how the rest of the game kind of makes its way through. As this one's going to be laced down the left field line by McCullough, and that'll be a fair ball, and it will one-hop the wall. It took a big hop as Colton McCullough was about 10 feet away from another round tripper. It's 316 down and left. So Beck Olvin will go to third base. Colton with his second extra base hit of the contest. And now Beck Olvin stands at third, and the Grovers bring the tying run up to the plate. Elliot Butenhoff, who also hit a home run earlier today. Butenhoff will see this one miss low for a ball. It's 1-0. As Arrowwood able to block it and keep that one in front of him for the 8th grade catcher. Schmitz in left field with Higher in center, Paradis in right here for the Tornadoes. Gebhardt at third with Thorpe at shortstop, Undam at second Miles at first, and Arrowwood again behind the plate as he's going to take a look at that catching equipment one more time. We'll take a quick break and continue with more after this.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
As we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com today, bottom of the fourth inning for the Oaks Tornadoes, 4 runs in the second, 1 run in the third and fourth. For the Oak Grove Grovers, 1 run in the first inning, 2 runs in the third, and right now threatening here in the bottom of the fourth inning. If you're just joining us, Arrowwood behind the plate after Titus kind of rolled into second base and wasn't putting much pressure on that knee. So Titus, the starting catcher, before he even caught, because Oaks, as the visiting team, he was caught stealing in the top of the first, had to come out of the contest as we're back to business here in Oaks. So Butenhoff with the 1-0 count, and he will wear this one as Elliot Butenhoff will take first base on a hit-by pitch. Bases are full of Grovers and nowhere to put them. Here with James Henderson. As we'll get a quick meeting on the mound, so we'll talk it over, and we'll keep it here right now as just going to say, hey, they're just going to talk it to Dobitz by himself, just understand the time, the situation, where the game currently stands. So Alvin at third base, McCullough at second, Elliot Butenhoff at first. The winner of this game will play the winner of our next contest with Sargent County and Northern Cass. Brent Dick will be on the call for you on that game right here on YourLiveEvent.com. The question becomes, who will win that game? Who will win this to play in our nightcap later tonight? Dobitz sees this one out of the zone, missing for a ball to Henderson. Henderson 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch, stolen base, and a run scored here today. Here's the 1-0. This will be a foul ball. It's 1-1. Game that got underway at 1:44 today, so working at about an hour and 15 minutes as it stands here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Don't think that 6 o'clock game is going to be at 6 unless we get a couple of double plays or some quick outs, as there's a little up and over play over Undum as the runners will move up 90 feet as James Henderson just gave it a poke and gets on base with a run driven in on top of that. So coming in to score will be Olvin from third base, his first run of the game. McCullough takes third base, Butenhoff to second, and James Henderson gets his first hit of the contest. And the Oak Grove Grovers played a run. It's now 6-4. And the big bad Zach Winter, the senior first baseman, with a 3-run homer, had 5 runs driven in yesterday at the plate. Winter takes outside for a ball. It's 1-0. They want a couple of guys to not have runners on it. It's Winter and Bjornsson going up against Oak Grove here with some pop and power. Dobitz, the 1-0 pitch, and there's a high fly ball deep in the air to right field, and this one is going to make its way and be a grand slam. Right on cue, big bad Zach Winter with a round tripper, and 4 runs come in, and it's a 8-6 lead here for the Grovers. It's 3-0 to right, and Winter smashed it off the bat. And that's going to be a grand slam here for Winter. 4 runs driven in on one swing. And we'll get a pitching change. McCullough comes in to score. Butenhoff comes in. Henderson and Winter just going to wait on the off-speed pitch, and he did not miss it. Brand new score, 8-6 in favor of the Grovers.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Vistos Implement, everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge-Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
As we come back, here, new pitcher will be Thorpe. So Jack Thorpe goes from the shortstop to the pitcher, while Dobitz, just a straight switch now, will go from pitcher to shortstop. Thorpe will run this one in on Jack Bjornsson. It's a ball. It's 1-0. Bjornsson today a single and a double. 2 for 2 at the plate. Joseph Dobitz, 3 1/3, 9 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. As this one works outside for a ball, it's 2-0. Dobitz, 65 pitches, 44 were strikes. While for Hegvig so far, 77 pitches thrown, 41 for strikes for the Grovers. Well, Oak Grove took the first lead of the game at 1-0, then gave it up in the top half of the second, where Oaks took a 4-1 advantage. As this one works outside for a ball, 3-1. Grover scored 2 runs in the third. Oaks scored 1 run in the third. Oaks added 1 here in the top of the fourth, but first lead again for Oak Grove since it was 1-0 after the first. This is called a strike. It's 3-1, as we're going to see some movement now in the Oak Grove bullpen, as Elliot Butenhoff will start warming up here for the Grovers. As this would be fouled off in at 3-2. And with Butenhoff, he has 89 pitches thrown in 1 appearance. That was back on Tuesday. So he's got just under 40 pitches to work with here for the Grovers. As this one works for a ball, Jack Bjornsson gets aboard. Thorpe will give up a walk. And it goes to Mittig, the catcher here for Oak Grove. Northern Cass, Sargent County, going to be an interesting game. Northern Cass, the defending region champ in the state. Now, they lost just a ton of athletes. A lot of folks will remember the senior athlete of the year with Trey Huzar, who went down to South Dakota State this past year. But Sam Johnson also a step down as a hand coach. A couple other all-region players that are vital in the Jaguars' success last season, going up against a brand-new team here this year in terms of a varsity program with the Bulldogs of Sargent County. And head coach Randy Sear said that they feel like they got some stuff to prove later on here in the tournament. There's a swing and a miss. It's now 1-1. Mittig 0 for 2 today. Each base on a fielder's choice his last time up in the third. 8th batter of the inning for the Grovers. And there's just 1 down. As this one works for a ball, now 2-1. And then the winner of this game's got the Bulldogs and the Jags a little bit later on tonight. And what will be an elimination contest, the third one of the day. Here in Cummings Field, inside out swing. That'll die in front of the left fielder and drop in for a base hit in front of Schmitz. Good piece of hitting there for the sophomore catcher, taking it the other way. So Mittig gets aboard with the base knock. First hit against, here when it comes to Thorpe at the plate. Now it goes to Alex Meininger as we get a courtesy runner coming in for the Grovers. As the courtesy runner coming in, here will be Gavin Kramer. So Kramer will come on and courtesy run. As Alex Meininger, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, will dig in. Meininger pops this one up, and that'll go over the grandstand's foul. It's 0-1. Thorpe looking for something on the ground to see if they can possibly turn 2 and get to the 5th. Well, if you're Oak Grove, you've sent 8 batters up to the plate prior to this, and everybody's been able to get aboard in some capacity as it stands right now. The lone out is the out over at third base after you got a base hit where Heyer was able to throw out McEloney. Otherwise, everybody else has got on board. This one goes all the way to the backstop. It's 1-1. So 8 batters to the plate, 8 batters on as it stands currently here for the Grovers. And they came into the inning with 3 runs. And they have 5 right now. Can the Grovers keep passing the line, kind of similar like they did against Enderlin, where they put 9 runs up in the 6th inning to eventually win 22-12 and 10-run rule them. And Oak Grove, if they can do something similar here, add 2 more runs, all of a sudden you got to start thinking about potentially the 10-run rule variety if you can do that in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Thorpe misses, this one goes all the way to the backstop. Coming in to score, here will be for the Grovers, Bjornsson will come in to score. Kramer will take third base. It's now 3-1 as it's 9-6 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. For Oaks looking to throw strikes as it currently stands right now here for Thorpe. As that run will count against Thorpe here. First batter that he faced was Bjornsson, was a walk. The 3-1 pitch going to be hit in the air and over the right, into right field over Miles. So a run coming in here for Kramer. An inside-out swing for Meininger. And the Grovers just keep on swinging here in the 4th as they lead at 10-6. They bat it around now as it goes to the number 7 batter in Jackson McEloney coming up to the plate. As we'll get a new pitcher coming in here for Oaks, we'll let you know about it. That's coming up next here on your LiveVent.com.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility wants you to enjoy the events in the communities of our area. Here's to living the sweet life. American Crystal Sugar, Drayton.
Imagine your life in Hillsborough, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsborough, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsborough has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsborough, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
High school baseball today here on yourliveevent.com. So Thorpe comes in unfortunate, can't get an out. As we'll go to Beimers coming up here for Adam. So Thorpe, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and no strikeouts as he goes through the couple of batters that he went up against as it currently stands right now. As Beimers will come on and pitch, as they'll make their way through here for Oaks. As it stands, Zaid Heyer will still be at third base. He's got the outfield assist for the 1 out of the inning. Arrowwood will go to right field. Schmitz will still stay in left. Thorpe now back to shortstop. Dobitz goes behind the plate. Gebhardt at third, Miles at first, Undem at second. Those guys still stay the same. For the Grovers, we'll have a runner aboard as Dobitz's throw not going to be in time as it gets by the shortstop here. And with the throwing error, this one will allow Alex Meininger to go from first to third. Jackson McAloney will dig in. He opened up the inning with a double and then eventually was thrown out at third base by Heyer. That is the only out so far of the bottom of the fourth here for the Grovers. As the Grovers putting up a big crooked number, 7 runs so far here in the inning. As this one backhanded by Dobitz. As we talked about in the pregame show, someone hoping for a long day at the ballpark between these two teams because you got to wait in between to play again for the winner. As the infield comes in, this one missing out of the zone, and for Jackson McAloney, see if he gets a green light. He had a green light in the second on a 3-0 count, then grounded out, looking to punt something at least to the outfield here for the Grovers. As this one works for a walk, 4-pitch walk. As Beimers will give up the free pass as it goes to Beck Olvin. Beck Olvin coming up, McCullough and Butenhoff. And as it stands right now for the Grovers, they're just looking to pass the line, pass the stick. That's 2 runners on with a 4-run lead. As that one is backhanded by Miles. Fortunately backhanded by Miles. That gets by him. Meininger easily comes in to score from third as Beimers was looking to see if he can get an easy out over at first base. Dobitz giving the sign here in terms of if a runner does make its way, in terms of McAloney goes from first to second on what you want to do. Sometimes you might see the second baseman stay at second, but the shortstop cut off the throw, or vice versa. Try to get the runner at home. Runners will stay put. There's a good breaking ball. Called the strike. It's 0-1. Batter number 11 of the inning here for Oak Grove. Oak Grove played a long game against the Interland Eagles, won 22-12 yesterday, playing another long game here with Oaks. As this one's going to get by Dobitz. Runner was off and moving here with Meininger. He will come and score the 11th run of the contest here for Oak Grove. I'll take the double play out of an opportunity as now McAloney will stand at second. 1 ball and 1 strike to Beck Olvin. Olvin with the single and run scored in the fourth and struck out looking back in the second. There's Beimers with the 1-1. Missing. Now 2-1. Oaks just looking to get an out here in terms of consistent pitching. We've seen a couple of at-bats that have worked the count full to 3 balls, walks, but a couple hit by pitches. But the Grovers also have just hit them where they ain't. As this works outside for a ball, it's 3-1. Seen a grand slam, single, walk, hit by a pitch, and a double. So we're just missing the triple for the team cycle in the inning. Here's 3-1 by Beimers. That'll work outside for a ball, and the Grovers get another runner aboard here at first and second with 1 down as it goes to Colton McCullough, who's got a couple of extra base hits, a solo home run in the third and a double in the fourth, as we'll have a courtesy runner here for Oak Grove. It's going to be running here for the Grovers. We'll get to that in a second. As Nicholas will be at first base, Hawkins Jr. This one gets by Dobitz. Runner's going to move up 90 feet. Yes. And the third baseman takes a tumble here with Gebhardt after the slide by Jackson McAloney. McAloney came in a slide like he was trying to break up a double play at second is what it kind of felt like a little bit there. So hopefully both are okay, as we've already seen one player leave the game with an injury. As McAloney will get to third base, Beck Olvin's courtesy runner, with Hawkins Jr. stands at second. So runners in scoring position for the Grovers, up by 5 here on YourLiveVent.com. That'll run out of the zone here to Colton. I'm going to be 2-0. All of a sudden for Oak Grove, you start keep putting runners on with nobody getting out. You got to start thinking about that 10-run rule a little bit here and trying to save on the wear and tear of your arms throughout the course of a baseball tournament. It's now 3-0. The one thing, as Brent Dick was talking with us here off air in between the pitching change, saying Oak still gets a chance to bat too, and they've been able to put some runs up on the board. So who knows how far this might go. 3-0 pitch, just can't find the strike zone. Beimers will draw a walk. Bases full for the Grovers. And Sean's going to come and talk it on the mound here, and we'll get a quick meeting on the mound. We'll take a break with them. It looks like we'll get a pitching change. Schmitz will come in as we'll get the fourth pitcher of the game here for Oaks coming up around the corner.
Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Three straight walks for Beimers as McEloney, Olvin, and McCullough. And then you had three batters with a walk, single for Bjornson, Middig, and Meininger, which means the last six batters between two pitchers, no outs. And there's still one out, and that was just by a field assist in this inning. 13th batter to the plate here with Elliot Butenhoff upcoming here in the inning. Going to the mound now will be the left fielder, Schmitz. So Schmitz will be in left. Arrowwood will go from right to left, and Beimers now will go to right for your defensive changes. Heyer has stayed put at center field. Gebhardt has stayed put at third base. Undem at second and Miles at first. Otherwise, every other position has had at least one defensive change here today for Oaks, and we're still in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's the Region 1 baseball tournament here on yourliveevent.com. And also, that means Henderson, Winter, and Bjornson are upcoming. And we already saw Winter with a grand slam earlier in the inning. So right now for Oaks, you got to try to get Butenhoff and Henderson out. Can you put something on the ground as the infield will come in and try to take down the run over at home plate if possible. Butenhoff, and I think for these Grover batters, you're just going to force someone to throw strikes consistently. If you're not going to get back-to-back strikes, unless you are zoning in on one pitch, you're probably going to let that go through the zone and see if you can allow the next guy to come up and get aboard. The 1-0 pitch, Butenhoff. This one will be called a strike in or head of the plate. Chris Larson calling balls and strikes. Justin Farkas and Eric Olson are our umpires in the field with Eric over at first base. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. So Schmitz, one strike away from getting the second out of the inning, and it would be the first recorded batter out here in the half inning as well. The 1-2 on the way from Schmitz. Hit on the ground. This one is going to be a fair ball down the left field line. One run comes in. A second run coming in here for Hawkins Jr. He'll be on his horse. 2 runs across. It's 13-6 here for the Grovers. Elliot Butenhoff couldn't hit it any better down that left field line for his second extra base hit of the contest, his third run driven in. McAloney comes in to score. Hawkins Jr. comes in to score. Colton McCullough stands at second, and it goes to James Henderson. Henderson with 2 runs across that he has scored today and a run driven in. He's one of 2. He's a first pitch hit swinging. He hits this one in the air to left, and don't look now. Winter comes up to the plate for another chance at a grand slam here in the same inning. Nowhere to put him. Butenhoff will make his way here for that single that was for Butenhoff, not the extra base hit, but he'll be at second now. McCullough goes to third, and Henderson gets aboard for the third time with Winter. Winter is one of 2 hit by pitch with a grand slam that is still traveling to right. Winter hits one on the ground. That's through for a base hit. We'll see how many runs come in. 1 run's coming in. They're also waving around Butenhoff. Here's the relay. Not going to be in time. It's a 2 RBI single for Winter, and the Grovers add 2 more runs. It's 15-6. Colton McCullough and Butenhoff come in. Henderson goes first to third. Winter stands at first base. He gets his 6th RBI of the contest. And now all of a sudden, Jack Bjornsson, who's got a 3-run homer yesterday, steps into the plate. He's reached base all 3 times. We're still missing the triple in terms of the team cycle here for the Grovers. As this one will come in now 1-0. And also, as we talked about, if the Grovers get 1 more run, they've already put up 12 runs in the inning. But if they get 1 more run, now you got to start talking about the mercy rule going to the top of the 5th. For Oaks, where you would have to, if they score a 16-6 game, Oaks would have to score 1 run as an example. Otherwise, the game would be over in 4.5. Here's a little hit and run. This one is popped up in the air. Miles will play it there. A chance for 2. Yes, and they get out of the inning. Are you kidding me? A double play to get out of the inning here in this one. After they sent 9, 4 is 13, 16 batters to the plate, and put 12 runs across. And we won't be talking about mercy rule at least yet. It's 15-6 on your live event.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. 12 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and a runner left. And 2 of the outs in that inning were base running blunders. So just 1 recorded batter that was out in that inning to finish off the bottom of the 4th as Oak Grove has a 15-6 advantage, which means if you're Oaks right now, got to find a way to get some runs. Otherwise, 1 run in the bottom half of the 5th inning will put the game to bed. Oliver Hegvig comes on to pitch after Schmitz gets out of that inning. This is the Region 1 baseball tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com as we take a look at our bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. Visit banknorth.bank. From everyday banking to ag and business lending, Bank North supports local families and businesses with financial solutions rooted in community commitment and local decisions. Visit banknorth.bank to learn more. Bank North, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Well, here's what happened earlier today. A win for the Kindred Vikings 5-3 against the Central Cass Squirrels. They put up 3 runs in the 3rd inning, got a couple extra in the 6th. The Central Cass scored a run in the 6th and 2 runs in the 7th, but not enough. Brock Johnson picks up the win. Peterson the loss, and Fisher Johnson with the save 2-run shot by Brody Cagley here for Central Cass in the 7th inning. So Central Cass will play at 4 o'clock on Monday in an elimination game. Kindred in the driver's seat right now as they will play in the championship at 6 p.m. and have to get beaten twice to not make state. Still to come, Northern Cass in Sargent County a little bit later on, scheduled for 4 o'clock. Be a little after 4 now, and then we'll get to the winner's bracket, the winner's game between this one and Northern Cass and Sargent County. That's a Bank North Bracket Breakdown, brought to you in part by BankNorth.Bank. Still for the Oaks Tornadoes, you almost got to feel like you have to score a couple of runs here with how Oak Grove is swinging the stick in the top of the 5th inning to get something brewing as Jack Thorpe, the lineup card, has played his second position. Day will see this one miss for a ball. It's now 2-0. Region 1 baseball tournament here on YourLiveVent.com. Brent Dick is going to take you home for the next 2 games alongside with Joey Hughes. Is this going to be called a strike? It's 2-1. Helping me out rest the voice a little bit. Paul Allen will call that vocal maintenance days in terms of days off on the radio. As we'll also have the Southeast Regional Track and Field Meet coming up here tomorrow on YourLiveVent.com. Join myself and Jack Albee helping you out there at 10:30 in the morning. This one off the end of the bat. Hegvig able to play it over the winter. 1-3 on the putout, and there's 1 down here with Jack Thorpe. Oaks sent 8 batters in the 2nd inning to the plate. Oh, it's their most productive inning. 4 runs on 3 hits. They've left 3 runners aboard so far as it goes to Trey Miles. Miles with the walk was stranded at second base in the 3rd. As Oliver Hegvig looking to see if he can have a tidy top of the 5th, and then Oak Grove would just need 1 run in the bottom of the 5th to win the game if Hegvig can again have a goose egg up here in the top of the 5th inning. This one missing outside for a ball. It's 1-0. And if you don't get the 1 run, as an example for Oak Grove, then you go to the 6th, and you're just 1 step closer to trying to win in 6 or possibly 7, as this one is called a strike. It's 1-1. Also still to come later today, our Norman County Raceway post-game report. Kind of like a race. You never know how long it's going to go with the amount of cautions that you kind of need. Same thing in baseball. There is no time limit, even though there is more timing mechanisms put in place now from a college to professional standpoint, where you see a pitch clock being involved. That'll be the question. Will we ever see a pitch clock in high school, at least in the North Dakota point of view? Kind of similar where you're talking with people in Minnesota a few years back that didn't have the shot clock, right? All of a sudden something else for high schools to have to worry about having someone there. Well, North Dakota has had a shot clock for many a year and kind of one of the forefront states in high school sports to have one. It's a swing and a miss. Hegvig gets a strikeout, and there's 2 down. 4 straight batter that has been retired here by Hegvig. I'm not sure that we'll see a pitch clock at least. Obviously, the pitching numbers that you kind of have seen your way through a little bit from that standpoint, trying to help it out a little bit, especially as you go from the winter of a hockey, basketball, wrestling season where your lineups might not be, or not say lineups, but your arm strength isn't as there compared to Legion, where you maybe played 2 months of high school sports. You get into Legion, you're kind of into that midsummer swing already. As Nathan Schmitz sees one miss outside for a ball, it's 1-1. Schmitz today with a double back in the 2nd, a strikeout in the 3rd, is 1 of 2 with a run driven in and a run scored. Hegvig with the 1-1. Schmitz hits us off the end of the bat. It's now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch, and it's a 3-up, 3-down, top of the 5th inning. Hegvig with his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Oak Grove needs 1 run to put the 10-run rule. Oaks needs to survive that and have a 3-up, 3-down of their own to get to the 6th. We're back with more after this.
What is that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
I don't think so. Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies. Stop on out to Watson's Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Get ahead of your spring planting needs with flowers, shrubs, and trees. Watson's Hardware Greenhouse is open now. Watson's Hardware, a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watson's Hardware and check out their greenhouse, which is open right now.
Well, we head to the bottom of the fifth inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. 15-6, it's the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers and the Oaks Tornadoes here. So Oaks right now cannot give up a run. If they give up a run, it'll be ball game, and it'll be a winner in 5, and then we will get to our post-game show. If Oak Grove can't score a run, we'll head to the 6th inning. As you'll have Segan, Middig coming up with Alex Meininger and Jackson McAloney here today. And just going up and down the lineup card here for the Grovers, everybody has climbed aboard in some capacity, and everybody has at least got a single or at least been walked to reach base here for Oak Grove 1 through 9 in that lineup card. As we make our way through here today from Cummings Field, Nathan Schmitz continues to pitch. And the weather kind of feels like a tornado with how much wind we've had today here and also yesterday afternoon. Minnick's done a good job at the plate. Opposite field single his last time up with a run scored. And there's a shot. Oh, what a play! Robin Paul, was that you? No, it was not. That was Mr. Dobitz. Greg Dobitz flashing the hands. Able to have that one coming up across. Wow, what a play. Who needs a glove coming to the ballpark when you got your bare hands? This one's called strike. We were joking that sooner or later we're going to have one come up into the Tornado Alley, as they call it here in Oaks. Straightaway center field. Almost had one yesterday by about 3 feet. As this one works outside for a ball, it's now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 12 runs for the Grovers in that 4th inning. And a double play negated a chance for the 13th. This will be hit straight in the air to center field. Higher will play it on a 1 bounce. As Minda gets aboard here, and we'll see a courtesy runner coming on here for Sean. We'll see if it continues to be Kramer as it has been throughout the course of the day, and it will be. So Kramer will head to first base. Now it goes to Alex Meininger. Meininger 1 of 3 with a single and a run scored. That run scored back in the 4th inning, and I'd be curious to see how Coach Duncan wants to play this. Trying to move the runner over with a bunt, or you let the freshman right fielder swing away, which has been the game plan for the Grovers today. Just keep swinging. Runners in a break. Here's a throw by Dobitz. They have a chance to get him. Would have been close on the 1 hop there from Dobitz. Seeing that to the second baseman trying to come across an undum. As Kramer gets into scoring position now and stands at second base. As you hear from the Oaks dugout saying you got to come up throwing, everything's got to go home if it goes to the outfield. Otherwise, the 10-run rule variety will be in effect if they can get that run across. There's a big swing by Meininger. Oak Grove, a couple of big innings that they've had. 9 against Enderlin to put the game away yesterday in the 6th. As this one is hit up the third base side, that goes foul as Sargent County baseball players waiting for the conclusion of this one to get into the dugout. Everyone looks to be okay. 2 strikes here on Meininger. Jackson McAloney due up next. Now Kramer takes his lead off a second. Schmitz with the pitch. Strike 3, looking for the outs. Meininger is retired, 1 down here in the inning. Oaks needs 2 more of those to get to the 6th. Jackson McAloney with a walk and a run scored a double as well. And eventually was caught at third base on the outfield assist by Heyer in center field. That's probably one of the better defensive plays we've seen in the tournament. As there's a swing and a miss, it's 0-1. So 1 of 2 at the plate here for Jackson. Schmitz from the stretch. This one will come in. Wasn't deflected in terms of a check swing, so 90 feet closer goes Kramer, and he'll go to third base. It was a strike, however, as McEloney went through the zone and offered at it. It's 0-2. So infield will come in as it stands right now, and I think right now for the Grovers, talking it over to see if maybe there was a hit by pitch or did it go through the zone, and also make sure that Jackson's all right. Kind of taking a look at that rotator, making its way through as it is right now. So for the Grovers, one run across, this game will go to bed. Now the outfield is going to come in a little bit, as a sacrifice fly could just as easily do it as a wild pitch here to try to bring this game across. And for Oak Grove to try to play a little bit later on tonight. This one out of the zone, it's 1-2. Anything hit on the ground or anything hit in the air for a fly ball variety, got to be worried about Kramer tagging and scoring from a sacrifice variety. 1-2 pitch, good block by Dobitz. It's now 2-2. Beck Ulvin due up next. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The junior DH. I'm going to reach base for the third time, but also driving that game-winning and finalized run. There's a fly ball hit down the air and left. It's a fair ball, and that ball is nearly gone. It's foul. 316 down the line to left. Maybe about a foot, if that. It's a foul ball. That would have been a walk-off home run variety. We have yet to see a quote-unquote walk-off hit here today in Oaks, and yesterday as well. That would have been doing it for the 10-run rule variety, or at least today. Saw that from the Grovers, what they were able to do yesterday against Enderlin. Here's the 2-2. Foul back, and we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This game just wants to go 2 hours. That's the name of the game. Got about an hour 53 right now. As we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schmitz looking for the strikeout. This one will be blocked by Dobitz instead. Now 3-2. Still to come, we'll get to our Norman County Raceway post-game report. Have about a half hour in between games as they'll rake the field and get ready for Northern Cass and Sargent County. 3-2 pitch. Dobitz blocks this one, and Jackson will take first base as he reaches for the third time here today. Runners at the corners for the Grovers, but right now Jackson's run doesn't mean much. It's the Kramer one at third base. Beck Ulvin with a walk, a single. Hawkins Jr. came in and ran for him in the 4th inning, came in and score. And Ulvin with a run for himself. And right now, Miles is asking if he should keep on holding the runner, and the answer is no. Is this going to be a foul ball? It was immediately by Chris Larson, immediately called it as it hit him. So not a foul ball as it hit him. So bases are full now as Jackson McEloney will take second base. Chris Larson immediately put up the hands behind home plate. So bases are full. Nowhere to put the number 9 batter in Colton McCullough. Now Sean is going to talk it over with the infield. So a solo home run, a double, a walk. 3 runs scored with the run driven in here for McCullough today for the Grovers. Number 9 batter here for Oak Grove. If it gets to Butenhoff, that means we'll have 2 down with the bases full and trying to get that final run across. For this Oaks team, taking a look at their respective lineup card. A youthful squad, a couple of seniors on the roster with Jack Thorpe this year and alongside with Zaid Heyer. Everybody else, juniors, sophomores, and a couple of underclassmen, freshmen, and 8th graders after splitting up with that co-op with Foreman and Gwinner. Low seed still left in this tournament as the 7th seed, taking down the number 2 seed Northern Cass. That threw a little bit of a wrinkle in terms of the seed line into this tournament. Gave Central Cass all that they could handle, and right now just kind of one of those where you're running out of pitching, and also when Landon Titus went out of the game early, kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit as well for Oaks. First pitch swinging is Colton. It's 0-1. As McCullough will dig in now for the Grovers. Base is full, infield in, outfield in as well. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. One more swing and a miss. You get a strikeout here, and your second out here of the inning. As McCullough, a solo home run his first time up. That one misses low out of the zone. It's 1-2. As the 1-2 pitch, Schmitz sees this one hit on the ground. That'll go to the shortstop. They got a fielder's choice. They will go and get one. Nice job by Thorpe. Backhanded it, made the play. So Kramer is retired. McAloney goes to third. Alvin to second. Colton McCullough will reach on a fielder's choice, and it goes to Elliot Butenhoff. Oaks needs an out to get to the 6th. Grovers need a run to finish this game off in 5. And we just need the wind to calm down. As Butenhoff. This one will get nearly past Stobitz, as it'll be a ball, now 1-0. Butenhoff with a solo home run to left in the first, grounded out in the third, hit by pitch in the fourth, came in to score, then later had a single with a couple of runs driven in later on in the inning as well in the fourth. Here's the 1-0 from Schmitz. Butenhoff with a high chopper to Thorpe. Thorpe will play it, has to go the far side away, and Thorpe in time with the stretch to Miles. Let's continue to play more baseball. This game indeed will go at least 2 hours here today in Oaks. Butenhoff is retired 6-3 on the putout as no runs come across. 3 runners were left on base as we head to the 6th inning.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. It's the Oak Grove Grovers and the Oaks Tornadoes here today. As for Oaks, still alive. That's the name of the game. Once you get to this point, just find a way to keep the line moving. Find a way to see if you can get a little bit later on into the contest. And that's exactly what they've been able to do here in this game. Continue to push it towards 2 hours. And more importantly for Oaks, can you get some swings of the bat going for yourself as the Tornadoes right now? Big part of the game was the second where they put 4 runs across. 1 run in the third and 1 run in the fourth inning. As the wind continues to howl, Oaks had a 3-up, 3-down 5th for Oliver Hegvig as he continues to work for his 6th inning of work here for the Grovers. Once this game wraps up, give it a solid half hour before we get to Northern Cass and Sargent County. So as an example, if this game wraps up at 2, you're probably looking closer to a 4:30, 4:40 first pitch of our third game of the day. And then we'll get to our final elimination game a little bit later on. 7, 8, 9 due up here for the Tornadoes, Undham, Gebhardt, and then you go to Paradis after that, or excuse me, Arrowwood after that. Olvin in left, McCullough in center, Meininger in right. There's a swing and a miss. That's 0-1. And so far for Oak Grove, you have been in your same position today from the start to where we are now. You're in this 6th inning. This one hops the catcher. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch here to Undham. That'll be called a strike now, 1 and 2. As Hegvig. 1-2 pitch, that'll miss low for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Minnesota Twins with the cross-state matchup with the Milwaukee Brewers tonight for a 3-game weekend series with Milwaukee and the Minnesota Twins. And also in Minneapolis, St. Paul here this evening. Minnesota Timberwolves, can they get to a Game 7? As Undum swing and a miss for the strikeout. 3 straight strikeouts now for Oliver on the mound. He is 5 in the contest as it goes to Jackson Gebhardt. Timberwolves and Spurs tonight. Got to have a Game 6 for the Wolves and see if he can push it to Game 7 on Sunday. As Gebhardt, a couple of singles, 2 runs scored and a run driven in. Sees this one up and out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. And for Oliver Hegvig right now, he's retired the last 6 batters that he's faced. The 1-0 pitch. Be laced in the air, and that'll die for a base hit in front of the left fielder here with Alvin. So making his way to first base is Gebhardt, who's 3 for 3 at the plate. And now it goes to Arrowwood. Wyatt Arrowwood with the walk and a run scored in the second. Sacrifice bunt in the 4th. Oaks gets a base hit here in inning number 6. This one missing outside for a ball. It's 1-0. One-0 pitch upcoming here to the 8th grader with Arrowwood after Hegvig quickly taking a look back at the runner at first base with Gebhardt. 1-0 pitch missing. It's now 2-0. As Hegvig of his first base runner to contend with since the 4th inning when Dobitz was aboard. There's a swing and a miss. It's 2-1. As the Grovers, the 5 seed, lost to Sargent County in their first round matchup. They'll come back and beat Enderlin yesterday as this one is fouled. Now 2-2. Now going up against the number 7 seed here in the hometown Oaks Tornadoes. Hegvig takes a look back at the runner. 2-2 backhanded by Mittig behind the plate. Makes the count full here at 3-2. Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks won in extra innings last night down in Cleburne to open up the year at 1-0. Part of a 7-game series down in Texas to open up the season. Always good to kind of get that big travel stretch out of the way first from the Redhawks' perspective. And there's a strike 3 looking. So Chris Larson rings him up. Arrowwood is retired and there's 2 down. 6 strikeout for Oliver Hegvig as we get now to Joseph Dobitz here. Dobitz has reached base twice, 3 runs driven in for the Tornadoes, a double in the 2nd and a single in the 4th. As there's a strike pop in the mid, 0-1 here for Hegvig. As Hegvig looking to get back the runner as Winter will apply the tag, not going to matter as Gebhardt will slide back in safely. No balls and a strike. Dobitz hits this one on the ground to the shortstop. Playing it as Bjornsson goes a long way across in time for the out 6-3 to retire the Tornadoes here in the top of the 6th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. We played 5.5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Oak Grove 15, Oak 6.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
High school baseball today here on YourLiveEvent.com. James Henderson, Zach Winter, and Jack Bjornson. And just like it was in the fifth, Oaks cannot give up a run. If they do, it'll be a 10-run rule. If they can put up a goose egg here, we'll go to the seventh and play a normal high school baseball game. And Oaks then will have a chance to put up 9 runs potentially in the top of the seventh inning. We already saw 12 runs by Oak Grove, so why not think 9 runs for yourself? As Henderson coming up to the plates. 2, 3, 4 batters. Henderson has reached base 3 of the 4 times with 2 singles, 2 runs scored, a run driven in, and a hit by pitch. His lone out was a ground out back in the first inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Schmitz continues to pitch here for the Tornadoes as he worked out of the jam in the 5th inning. Taking a good swing at that one is Henderson. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Schmitz, that'll run up and in for a ball now 2-1. 2-1, going to be fouled back now 2-2. The Region 1 baseball tournament will give way tomorrow to the Southeast Track and Field meet. They always try to make sure they don't have those two happening at the same day with the dual sport athletes, especially for some of them, or maybe you haven't qualified in your particular events. That last chance to get to a state track and field meet, as that'll run in and hit them. So Henderson will wear the pitch for the second time here at the plate, and that brings up Zach Winter. Winter's got power, grand slam back in the 4th. He's reached base 3 times with a single and a hit by pitch. 6 runs driven in here today for Winter. As, again, Region 1 baseball tries their best to not have the double up with the Southeast Track and Field meets, and then just seeing how Region 1 softball has continued to grow from about 6 teams to where they are now to 11, having 3 play-in games. They will have quarterfinal round matchups tomorrow starting at 11 o'clock in the morning in Hillsborough. Winter sends one in the air to right, but that'll be a fly ball, and coming in and making the catch there is Beimers. Just off the bat, you thought it might have had a chance, but by the time that wind took a hold of it, also just didn't get all of it there. Winter, 1 pitch on an out, and there's 1 down. Jack Bjornson walk a single and a double today. Hit a double play to end the 5th inning as he hit it pop up to Miles with runners at the corners as he dances out of the way. That was a hit and run as the runner from first base was Winter, and he was making his way to second. But a pop-up went to Miles, and he finished it off with a double play to get out of the 5th inning. Or at that time, the 4th inning, excuse me. Runners in a break. This one goes through the glove of Dobitz. Going to second base regardless was Henderson. So he'll take, and on the steal as he was off on the pitch. It's now 2-0. And they're going to intentionally walk Jack Bjornson to get to the catcher. So we'll get the intentional walk. Put that on your Region 1 baseball bingo card. Haven't seen that this Thursday and Friday in Oaks. Now we'll get to the catcher here for the Grovers. And same that we heard in the 6th inning, bringing the outfield up a couple of feet with the runner in scoring position to try to take out the run at home plate. As now it goes to Segan. Mittig, a couple of singles today with a fielder's choice in the 3rd and grounded out in the 1st inning. Schmitz from the stretch sees one outside for a ball. It's 1-0. 16 batters again came to the plate in the bottom of the fourth inning for the Grovers, where they put 12 runs across on 10 hits. There's a big swing. Sinking had one of those. Eventually came in and scored with the courtesy runner with Gavin Kramer for the catcher. Here's the 1-1. Works outside for a ball now, 2-1. This baseball season will make way for Legion Babe Ruth coming up, which is right around the corner for their respective season openers once we get to the end of the school year. 2-1 pitch. This is hit in the air to straightaway center field, and that'll go over the center fielder's head, and coming in to score will be Henderson, and Mittig will get the RBI double on the way, as having to come in is Henderson to put this game to rest at 3:56. A contest that goes 2 hours and 12 minutes here today in Oaks, North Dakota. Your final on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard: the Oak Grove Grovers win this one in 6 innings, 16-6. We're back with more after this with our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. We'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. That and more still to come a little bit later on here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com, so with the win for Oak Grove, they'll play later tonight in another elimination game, as they will have either the winner of Northern Cass or Sargent County. So they'll either have Sargent County or the Bulldogs. For the Oaks Tornadoes, their season comes to a close as the number 7 seed, as we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com with our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. At Norman County Raceway, you can check them out with the World of Outlaw late models coming up at the end of June. Also weekly racing, including racing on the radio tonight up in Ada at the Norman County Raceway. That's all still to come a little bit later on our post-game report, as we'll get to our player of the game here in a moment for the Oak Grove Grovers in their win over the Oaks Tornadoes, again by a final of 16-6 here today on YourLiveEvent.com. As we go now, join us here from the Grover perspective is Elliot Butenhoff, able to get on base. 3 at-bats, 3 runs scored, 2 hits with 3 runs driven in. First things first, for you here, Elliot, can you hear us okay?
Yep.
Elliot, congratulations on the win. 16 runs. The Grovers been able to put up quite a few runs here, 22 yesterday, 16 today. Just what's been working for you guys at the plate?
We're going up, just looking to put the ball in play and make them make a play and find green space.
As you find some green space as well, what did you see from your pitcher here with Oliver on the mound and what he was able to do?
Yeah, he helped us a lot going all those innings. He started off a little rough, but then he came back and found it, and we made plays behind him.
And anything surprise you here with Winter again going yard?
No.
Elliot, as you continue to move forward here, obviously you get a chance to rest and see who you got with the Bulldogs and the Jags. What do you want to see from you guys moving forward here later tonight?
Sorry, I can't.
As you move forward here a little bit later on, Elliot, what do you want to see from your team a little bit later on here tonight going up against Northern Cass or Sargent County?
Just keep putting the ball in play like we have, and pitchers throwing strikes and just making plays behind them.
What worked for you? Last question, Elliot. What worked for you here with those 3 runs driven in? Just kind of take us through a couple of your hits and what was working for you at the plate today.
Just waiting for my pitch and putting a good barrel on it.
Hey, we'll let you go back and enjoy the fun behind you with some of the teammates. Congratulations on the win here, Elliot.
Thank you.
Elliot Boonhoff with us here on YourLiveVent.com. He is our player of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge, as they're playing hacky sack behind him, so he is good to roll. Thank you very much, Elliot, for that one here on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the contest actually is going to go to Enderlin to continue to move the game, for Oaks to move the game into the sixth inning. After the bases were full, Schmitz comes in, gets a couple of outs to try to get the bats at the plate and cut into the deficit. It comes up a little bit short, but that was a high-pressure moment to still come in and try to get a couple of outs with your season on the line. Schmitz was able to do so, moved the game an extra inning, just couldn't get into the seventh, and the offense just unable to get a couple of hits going there for the Oaks Tornadoes. That's our play of the contest, brought to you in part by Agassiz, your local precision planting dealer at Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Go to planterdoc.com. And we go to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection at Halstead Telephone Company. Go to halsteadtel.com. That was the RBI on the way there for Zach Winter, the towering grand slam, as that was still moving out into right field as Winter got his home run in the contest. And for the Oak Grove Grovers, also part of the inning that they were able to have 12 runs in the fourth. So the 12 runs in the fourth inning, and also from there, the Zach Winter grand slam in the fourth is our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Go to halsteadtel.com. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the final box score, final bracket breakdown. Then we'll get you ready for Northern Cass and Sargent County coming up in about a half hour for the opening pitch here on your live event.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we come back here on our post-game show, the Oak Grove Grovers again win it 16-6. So here's a look at our bracket breakdown, brought to you in part by Bank North. Kindred with the win earlier today over Central Cass, 5-3. They'll play on Monday coming up at 6 p.m. The championship, as Central Cass will play at 4 o'clock. The series is going to make its way and move towards Kindred coming up on Monday. Oaks with the loss is officially done. As you go from there with the win for Oak Grove, they'll hang around and they'll have another game later tonight here against Northern Cass and Sargent County. That game is on deck. The loser of that is done. The winner again will play the Grovers. That's a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Bank North. Visit banknorth.bank. That again is banknorth.bank. As we take a look at the final box score here for the Grovers, 15 runs, 14 hits in this contest, as the Oak Grove Grovers were able to make their way through in this game. 16 runs, with the win here today over Oaks, as Oaks with 6 runs in the contest. As you kind of make your way through in terms of that final box score, 6 runs, 4 hits, an error. Oak Grove with 16 runs, 16 hits in this one. Dobitz with a couple runs driven in, gets the loss in this one. Goes 3 1/3, 8 hits, 8 runs that are earned, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. While for Oliver Hagvig, 6 innings of work, 105 pitches that he threw, 4 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned, 5 walks, and 6 strikeouts. And then Elliot Boonhoff again goes 2 for 4 at the plate with 3 runs scored and 3 RBIs. Winter with the big knocker with 2 for 4 with a run scored and 6 runs driven in. 2 runs driven in by Middig and Meininger as well. Oak Grove will play again in about a couple hours from now, while on the opposite side, the Oaks Tornadoes, their season comes to a close. That does it for our post-game show today, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. Continue to stay here with YourLiveVent.com. 2 more games coming at you, and both elimination contests. Brent Dick will be on the call here for you in just a few minutes between the Bulldogs and the Jags here on your live event.